well, 3 seed LSU women's basketball wins the first national title. Which either way, Iowa or LSU would have won the national title. But I'm going to address this off the top. The officiating was questionable for both sides. I mean, it was so ridiculous. If you didn't watch, you need to go back and watch. The exaggeration of the players and flopping, that needs to be addressed in the women's college basketball setting at Division I level. Hopefully, they're going to look at that and make a rule about it. Like, do it they got in the men's basketball for like flopping warning and then technical foul. Something to stop the flopping. But LSU was up 27-22 in the first quarter. Second quarter, 32 points for LSU, so 59 in the first half. Well, Iowa had 20, which they got, so they were down 59-42. They just got down too early, and Iowa scored 22 points in the third quarter, but LSU scored 16. And in the fourth quarter, LSU 27, Iowa 21. I'm going to say this right off the top. LSU did not shoot the ball as bad from 3 like they did from the regular season in terms of points. They were like in the 300s for 3-pointers made in a game, and they made 11 for 17, 64.7%. 38 for 70 overall, 54.3% from the field. 15 for 21 on free throws, 71.4%. 37 rebounds, 14 of those offensive. 22 assists, 8 steals, 3 blocks, 12 turnovers, 18 fouls. And they had 30 points off the bench. Iowa just had only 8 points off the bench. They didn't shoot the ball bad. I mean, 28 for 56, 14 for 30 on threes, 46.7%. 15 for 20 on free throws, 75%. But the problem is the defense. And they got killed on the glass. They had 26 rebounds. 7 of those offensive. It's not as bad as what happened in the South Carolina game, but the deal is when you flirt with fire, you're going to get burned. And that's what happened. I mean, Iowa last game got rebounded 49-25, remember? And they got fortunate to win that game, despite that difference. 20 assists, 7 steals, 5 blocks. They committed 16 turnovers. That's part of the reason why they lost, besides the rebounding and the defense. And LSU was making every 3 possible in this game and 19 fouls. So LSU literally had 5 players in double figures, including 22 points from 1 player off the bench who did not score in the last 3 games, and she showed up. And Jasmine Carson, a 5th-year senior. Of course, Alexis Morris with 21, Flau'jae Johnson with 10, LaDasia Williams with 20, and Angel Reese with 15, and she did have 10 rebounds as well. The problem for Iowa is they have 4 double-digit scores too. I mean, they have 4 double-digit scores, and Caitlin Clark with 30. I knew she was going to get 30. It's just the problem is players around her didn't do enough, and the defense was just not good enough. Of course, like I said, the officiating was questionable for both sides. Not just for advantage LSU all the way, but you got to look at both sides of the coin here. LSU finishes the season 34-2, while Iowa finishes 31-7. But LSU will take a step backwards. First of all, it's hard to go back to back. Let's be clear about that in any sport. They're going to lose Alexis Morris, finally. I mean, they're going to lose LaDasia Williams and Jasmine Carson. They only then return 2 double-digit scores. That's a good foundation. So, we'll have to wait and see on the other players. I know they already got 2 in the transfer portal for LSU, but they do a lot this year, if not hardly played. So, and granted, they do have one other senior who has a 4th year. But the thing is, she's a walk-on. Even if she comes back, it's not back a big loss by any means. Let's just make that clear. And I know they don't have a lot of a ton of scholarships available, maybe like 3. I know, no, they did sign. Let me look at the recruiting class. And this is coming from somebody that knows Cal and a few staff members as well as both of her children. So, and I think, and it really, what frustrated me was that they put in Waco a billboard about this, about her in the Final Four. Come on. That's just being petty. You left LSU on your own. I mean, it's not like Baylor got rid of you. So, and congrats to Kim on that 4th national title. But I will say, they will take a step backwards, like I said. They're going to be not as good. We'll have to wait and see about the conference as a whole, because I know South Carolina is going to rebuild. I know they're for sure losing Aaliyah Boston. She's WNBA bound, but South Carolina is like one of the best programs in the country. I expect them to step up. So they do have 4 players coming in for the class of 2023. Excuse me. So, yeah, they don't have a ton of scholarships. I mean, they only have 3 available. Just 3. Now, Iowa, you have Caitlin Clark coming back. That's huge. That is huge. Because, you know, on the guys on the Division I men's basketball side of things, they don't have to sit out, go one and done. They don't have to be out of college in 4 years. They could just go one and done in there, or anytime they want in college. But I'm going to go over Iowa's situation. First of all, they're fortunate that they're going to have Caitlin Clark back. That is a good thing. Let me look at the roster and see how many. And I would won a Big Ten tournament, unlike many teams out there in the Big Ten, and they were not even favored. Okay, Iowa for sure has. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seniors, but how many of those are 5th year? And I don't know about the 4th years are going to come back or not. I just want to break this down for both teams. Okay, Warnock could technically come back. Okay, that's 1 4th year. Kate Martin is a 4th year as well. Gabby Marshall is a 4th year. Interesting. Molly Davis is a 4th year. So really, the majority so far, and now Cesano is the last senior. And I don't know whether or not what happens in the transfer portal for both these teams here, because yeah, Cesano's the only 5th year. Everybody else could come back. So that's pretty big news right there. But I don't know whether they want to enter the transfer portal and go to another school as a grad transfer, or they just want to say, you know what, I'm done after 4 years. I mean, right now they have 2 players coming in, and granted, it's including a COVID year for everybody, so they would be full up. Yeah, they would be full up, and if all those fourth years come back, if they don't, it becomes interesting to for available scholarships. We have to wait and see what happens for both of these teams coming in. I mean, both of these teams are going to do from here. So, anyways, if you like this content, hit like and subscribe, and see you guys later. 5 subscribers. We're on the road to it. Let's go.